Welcome to Watkins Glen, the track known in the northeast of America. We were here last week for the Pasky's Cardiac Truck Series, which was dominated by Quentin Younger Man, who I don't think is here tonight. So, could be looking for a new winner here at Watkins Glen, but we are here for the Pasky's Cardiac Race Series, the Grand National Series. And we are in race 2 of the chase right now. 19 drivers set to take the green here at the New York State track as we are about to get qualifying underway. Before we do that, let's go through a couple of our sponsors here tonight. And tonight's race is being sponsored by Actelion. Actelion is a leading pharmaceutical company in the United States. Providing the best pharmaceutical goods for all the people in the medical profession and people that need those medications. So if you want more information, go to Actelion.com. They will give you more information there. I also want to give a shout out to Excess Sim Gear, one of the sponsors of the league. If you want a cheap, want peripherals for your rig that is not going to be hitting the pocket too hard, then go to Excess Sim Gear. They will get you hooked up. That is X and S Sim Gear. Also want to give a special shout out to Prestige Vapory. They are always watching and we're always happy to broadcast to those guys as we are showing the race here tonight. As yeah, just give a shout out to Prestige Vapory if you want decent priced peripherals for your vape. Then go to Prestige Vapory. You'll find them on Facebook or somewhere else. Also want to give a special shout out to PZ Overlays if you want an overlay like the one you see here tonight. For your broadcast, then please do not hesitate to contact Paul Dota. That's PZ Overlays. You will find him on Facebook. Also want to give a special shout out to Right to Give, one of the main charities in the world, looking for showing awareness to cancer and other diseases in the world. Supported by Ronnie Osborne and Phenomenal Evolution as always. So if you want to find out, you can find Right to Give on Facebook. Just type in their name, you'll find them easily. Also want to mention that we do have a special race coming up this Sunday. This is the Penny Dudley ALS Race for a Cure 250, presented by Top Fuel Racing, live on BOFA Broadcasting. This is a race, a charity race, to spread awareness and maybe hopefully raise a lot of money for ALS research. Only 10 drivers signed up for more, and more will be hopefully signing up. And sign-ups are still available. If you want to sign up yourself, then do not hesitate to join on in. That is the Penny Deadly ALS Race for Tour. They will be presented by Top Fuel Racing in the IR18s at Michigan. And it'll be broadcasted live here on BOFA Broadcasting. And finally, I would be remiss if we didn't show our ongoing support for Aware, phenomenal pulmonary hypertension awareness. Pulmonary hypertension, one of the most difficult to diagnose diseases in the medical profession. So if you want more information, or even if you want to throw out a donation, then go to phaware.global. Well, tonight is going to be a good night here tonight. We're already into qualifying, but it's a long qualifying session, so we won't go there immediately. We're just going to chill for a second. But yep, this is the second race of the chase here at Watkins Glen. It's going to be a great race. We've seen loads of great racing here on both at Watkins Glen. And no doubt we will see some more here tonight. I mean, most recent one being on Wednesday night with Top Fuel Racing when the DW12s went there for their race. That was an exciting race in itself. And then not last Monday, but the week Monday before, Pasky's Cardiac Truck Series was there, and that was an interesting spectacle to say the least. So definitely going to be interesting to see tonight if they can live up to the hype. I mean, I'm sure they're going to, because tonight is obviously a chase race, and they will be looking to add another. The drivers will be out there to looking to point their way into the next round of the chase. Now, just under 11 minutes left in qualifying. Let's go to the qualifying session here tonight, as we do have people out on track, I believe. We do. As we go straight to Bob Lacavara there. Just make sure my trading page is up and running, because that would be a nightmare if it wasn't. And there's Ronnie Osmer and the number 55. Making his way around the track. He's currently sitting on the pole right now with a 1:12.484. Let's put up the qualifying times there for you so you can see what's going on. Ronnie Osmer currently at the top. Kyle Gilbert making his debut here tonight. He is there in second with a 1:12.732. Tanner Costa in third. Brady Briggs in fourth. James McDavid is in fifth. And we're just looking at Jeffrey Meyer, who's sitting in sixth place. Byron Rodney there in seventh place with a 1:14.7. Remember, Ronnie Osmer and Byron Rodney and Nate Seifke, who's out on track as well, all running Actelion paint schemes here tonight. Riding for Phenomenal Evolution. Running brand new paint schemes, looking very sharp out there. So good on Ronnie for painting those. Let's go to Matt Kleinschmidt. A decent enough run out on the trucks on Monday. Hoping to do better here this time round at Watkins Glen. Had a bit of a difficult time in the trucks, but hopefully had a difficult time in the trucks here at Watkins Glen, but hopefully hoping to turn that around as he pops himself into 11th place. Nate Seifke just popping his car into P2. Literally less than a tenth of a second. Actually, 8,000ths of a second back from Ronnie Osmer. So what's for those two to actually battle it out, despite them being teammates. Nate Seifke running the number 2 here tonight. Nobody else really out on track right now. Matt Kleinschmidt there again. Nobody else out on track. Nate Seifke is the only one out on track other than Matt Kleinschmidt. We're just going to focus in on Seifke right there. It's very weird seeing him in a black and white scheme. As Seifke looks like he's finishing his qualifying run up. Nobody else taking time, only 12 drivers taking time so far. Ronnie Osmer currently on the pole, Nate Seifke second. Kyle Gilbert is in third. Fourth is Tanner Costa. Fifth is Jeffrey Meyer. Sixth is Matt Burkhart. Seventh is Brady Briggs. Eighth is James McDavid. Ninth is Byron Rodney. And running at the top 10 is Sean Weaver. The only two other drivers to take time here tonight are Matt Kleinschmidt and Bob Lacavara. So nobody else getting out on track yet. As looking at Hoot Baker there, he's sitting on pit road. As well as Matt Burkhart. Nobody out on track yet. So still 7 minutes left in qualifying. So I'm on my own here. So we're hey. Actually, you know what? Just as I say that, someone actually leaves pit road, and that is Mark Vega. Good to see him in the series. One of my oldest friends in iRacing. See what he can do around here. He's always pretty fast around Watkins Glen. I mean, he raced with us in the 6 hours of the Glen for Phenomenal Evolution. So it'll be interesting to see what he can do in an Xfinity car here as he makes his way towards the bus stop. Gets through there nice and cleanly. He is on his outlap right now, and he's got the track. Well, he's going to have the track to himself because it's single car qualifying. Ronnie Osmer and Nate Seeker, 0.3 of a second to the good. Well, almost 0.3 of a second to the good over third place Kyle Gilbert. So that is a pretty big gap between those three. 0.8 of a second between Seeker and Osmer. That is unbelievable. Nate Seeker making his debut here tonight in the Pasky's Cardiac Racing Series. One on his qualifying run now is Mark Vega. On his fast lap, just bringing it up for the S's down that long backstretch now towards the bus stop. In these Xfinity cars, you've got to brake it early, as you just see him there. Just so you can get a nice turning angle going into the bus stop. Gets it nicely nailed down going for the bus stop. It's a good exit into the carousel now. Out of the carousel, back down another straight as he powers towards the penultimate corner on this track. And this is called the NASCAR chute, I believe it's called. Into the left-hander. And towards the final corner, let's see what sort of time this gives him. Out of the final corner towards the line comes Mark Vega. See what time he gets right here. And good enough for 8th place. So good time there for Vega. So he is pointed his way straight into the top 10 with a 1:14.492. That displaces Sean Weaver out of the top 10. So good move there for Mark Vega in the top 10 for the start. Be interesting to see how he copes with that in the race itself. As we are just over 4 minutes before the qualifying session, we're going to go for a quick commercial break, but we will be back momentarily with the national anthem and then the race itself. And you rejoin us here live from Watkins Glen for the second race in the chase in the Pasky's Grand National Series. Xfinity cars, as always, an exciting spectacle to see. I do apologise that the broadcasts for these races are infrequent, as we do have one broadcaster out currently recovering from knee surgery, so he will be back very soon. That is Mr. Tony Trapasso. He'll be back soon. But before we do anything else, let's go to our national anthem tonight. So we ask everybody to stand on their feet, put your hands on your heart as we go to the national anthem presented by Terry Adams. Again, you are watching round 2 of the chase in the Pasky's Grand National Series. Everybody lining up on the grid, so let's get this grid underway as we are going to go to that grid, as I just mentioned. Ronnie Osmond taking the pole there on the front row. He will be on the pole as joining him on the front row will be Nate Seifka. 0.08 of a second between those guys. Row 2 will be Kyle Gilbert and Tanner Costa. Row 3 will be Jeffrey Meyer and Matt Burkhart. Row 4 will be Brady Briggs and Mark Vega. And Row 5 will be James McDavid and Byron Rodney. Row 6 will be Sean Weaver and Matt Kleinschmidt. Row 7 will be Bob Lacavara and Mike Whitaker. Row 8 will be Bradley Allison and Tristan Walker. Row 9 will be Jared Lawrence and Wayne Carroll Jr. And row 10 will be Hoot Baker and Johnny Antonucci. And that is going to round out your field of 20 drivers here tonight at Watkins Glen, as we're going to focus on Ronnie Osmond. This is going to be an interesting race here tonight. 70 laps here at Watkins Glen. Like I said, the chase is underway. We missed the first round, obviously, because of broadcasting scheduling issues. But we are here. Well, and last week I was suffering from chronic toothache as well, so I couldn't do anything. But look at those cars on the front row. Watch for those two. Those are the phenomenal Evolution drivers of Ronnie Osmond and Nate Seifka on row 1. But don't count out the guys behind him, as they will be looking to make their way up the field very quickly. Into the bus stop they go for the first time. around the carousel. Towards that short chute there, the NASCAR chute as they call it. There's the pace car driver, drunk as normal. Here they go, towards the final corner now. Wait for that pace car to peel off into pit road. As we are going to get them going for 70 laps here at Watkins Glen. It's going to be an exciting spectacle as we've got 20 drivers bidding for a win here tonight. Pace car's off, and away we go. 70 laps are underway here at Watkins Glen. Ronnie Osborne getting off to a very good start as they make their way towards turn 1. Can they all get round safely is the question. As no, there goes Nate Siefka. Siefka's around already. Big incident there for Siefka as he's spun it around. Everybody else seems to make it around safely. But Siefka around already. Big disaster there for the number 2 machine. Ronnie Osborne's checked out already. Matt Burkhardt up to second. Mark Vega, what a start he's made. He's already up to P2. And he's always getting shuffled out. Jeffrey Meyer's going round. Jeffrey Meyer in trouble already as well. Big problems there for the number 50 as Nate Siefka's passed him as well already. Nate Siefka's passing people like they're standing still, eager to get back up to the front. Ronnie Osborne already out to a 5-second lead. 6 seconds now. So what a start there for the young man in the 55 machine. Tanner Costa is up to second now. Waiting for him to cross the line there. There goes Ronnie Osborne across the line. Here comes Tanner Costa. Brady Briggs there in 3rd place. Mark Vega shuffled back to 4th place at the end of lap 1. And he's got Kyle Gilbert for company. Kyle Gilbert started in 3rd place. Didn't get off to the best of starts there. Got shuffled back to the P5 spot. That is the number 2 of James McDavid getting shuffled out. And there goes Byron Rodney up to P6. A good start there by the number 75 driver. Another driver driving for Phenomenal Evolution here. Sean Weaver back there as well in that P8 spot. Matt Kleinschmidt up to 9th. Mike Whitaker rounds out the top 10. As James McDavid's around. Gets it going again almost immediately in that STP number 92, but he's going to get put to the back of the field. There goes Nate Siefka. No, it's not Nate Siefka. Oh, Jared Lawrence there in the Nationwide number 27. Wayne Carroll Jr. there in the number 22 Alpine Stars machine. A very colourful machine. Got some very colourful cars out there. Mike Whitaker being no exception. Gets a bit wide coming out of the final turn, but still makes it round nonetheless. Completes another lap. We are on lap 3 already of this event. Kyle Gilbert putting a move on Mark Vega right there as they go on towards the S's. Who's going to win this little battle? It looks like Gilbert wins the battle. Mark Vega demoted down to P5 now. Remember, Vega started in P8, so even though he's been dropped back to P5, still a great start there by the number 78 driver. As he's still sticking to the back of Gilbert. Backs off a bit going through the bus stop. Further back there, Jeffrey Meyer battling it out with Baker right now. Baker there in P16, so decent enough start there by the number 82 driver. See if there's anybody in the chat right now. Back to Wayne Carroll, who has got Nate Siefka all over the back of him. Nate Siefka already back up to P11 after spinning out on the first corner. Here he goes, going to dive into the inside into turn 1. Nate Siefke back up to the top 10 already, and he's already going to focus on Matt Kleinschmidt. You can have no doubts about that. Nate Siefke looking for a better race line. I know he got a top 5 in his debut, but he wanted a much higher finish. Is there? It goes! Coming across the track, that's Matt Kleinschmidt doing it, making a spin through the S's. Everybody's got to be careful to get around him. Everybody doing a really good job so far. Gets it going again. No! There goes James McDavid into the back of Kleinschmidt. McDavid's stuck in the barrier. He's not going to get out of that. He's going to have to tow it. Go back and see it from McDavid's point of view. From the cockpit. See him going up the hill there towards the S's. Or through the S's there. Going up the hill. Kleinschmidt starts getting to go because he thinks he's got a gap. But no, not enough room. And there it is. McDavid in the wall. Kleinschmidt got more damage and had to tow. And that, unfortunately, has made McDavid had to tow as well. Matt Burkhart in pit road. Not sure what happened to the number 44 driver, but he's back there in pit road as well. Meanwhile, Ronnie Osmer out to a 9-second lead over Tanner Costa there, who's in second. He's got a decent gap over Brady Briggs as it is. 1.3 seconds the gap between him and the 18. Brady Briggs has got his mirrors full of the 58 of Kyle Gilbert. Remember, Gilbert is making his debut here tonight, so interesting to see how he handles the race here. Remember, Kyle Gilbert we know him from Major League Esports, which is broadcasted every Saturday night on here, right here on BOFA Broadcasting. Remember, they will be going to Sonoma this weekend, tomorrow night in fact, for their race at Sonoma, so looking forward to that one. And look for Gilbert to be out there on that one as well. Mark Vega now all on his own in 5th place, so about 4 seconds behind Gilbert, but also 4.7 seconds ahead of Byron Rodney, who's got his mirrors absolutely full of Sean Weaver right now. Mike Whitaker just back there as well. Not really threatening anybody, but he might have a bit of a threat coming up behind him very soon, as that is Nate Siefke going through turn 1. He did get around Wayne Carroll a while back, and he did focus on Matt Kleinschmidt, but obviously Kleinschmidt had that incident. It looks like Siefke's got some damage already as he goes up through the S's towards the backstretch. Wayne Carroll Jr. back there in a battle with Bradley Allison. Bradley Allison in that Aussie machine again. To the bus stop they go. And into the carousel. We're on lap 6 already of 70. We do have stage racing here. I'm pretty sure the stage comes out on lap 25. So don't count me on that though. Still watching Wayne Carroll Jr. in that battle with Bradley Allison. Bradley Allison just not getting the run off the corners as he'd like, as he's having to back off a bit from Wayne Carroll. Lacavara back there in P12. And apparently after his money, great, yay! Bob Lacavara back there in P12. He's got Johnny Antonucci behind him. So 2 teammates running together there. Good to see. Antonucci not at the best of looks these last few weeks, but he's running okay so far. He's got a bit of experience around this track. So good to see him there. Tristan Walker back there in P14. Jeffrey Meyer right behind him. Meyer taking a look on the inside as they go into the bus stop. Oh, Walker taking the ride for the grass there as Meyer's going to be let in there. Meyer's going to take a look on the inside, and Meyer takes away 14th position. Great move there by the 50. Back to the battle for 3rd place. Brady Briggs got a bit of a gap over Kyle Gilbert already. Carl Gilbert still definitely within touch and distance as they make their way up through the S's. A bit of a bounce over the rumble strips there for Gilbert. Going to lose him a tiny bit of time, but that won't hamper him too much. He'll just get back into it and get onto the back of that number 18 machine as quickly as possible. Mark Vega back there is starting to catch them now, so while these two are battling, it's letting Mark Vega catch up to the back of Gilbert, so Mark Vega not giving it up so easily. Byron Rodney back there in a nice 3-car battle now. Just ahead of Sean Weaver, the number 37, just sitting back there in 7th place. But look at behind him. That is Nate Siefker. He's already passed Mike Whitaker. And he's catching very quickly to the back of the 37 machine as they go towards the penultimate corner on the track. And complete another lap. We're on lap 9 already. These guys aren't, but Ronnie is. Already 12 seconds up the road from Tyler Costa. To the inside goes Nate Siefker, and another position gained there by the number 2 PH-Aware Actelion machine. And now he's just got his teammate Byron Rodney right in front of him. See if Rodney's going to let him by or if he's just going to try and fight it out with him. I doubt it's going to be a fight. Obviously teammates like to work together and hopefully not come together. Byron Rodney there just coming through the S's. He can take a much cleaner line going through there. He's already onto the back of the 75. He really does going into the bus stop. Going to stay stationary behind him for now. Rodney just holding on to that 6th spot as Nate Siefker just sitting behind him for the moment, not really going to make any rash moves on his own teammate. Last thing you want is a collision between the two, and both of you taking your teammate is probably the worst feeling in the world. Through the final corner, oh, and there it is, the collision! Siefker and Rodney in it, and Whitaker's in it too! Oh, a big wreck there, and the one thing we didn't want to see happen was a collision between teammates, and it's happened right here. Siefker in it big time. Rodney gets it going again, but he's got to take a pit side immediately. Siefker is getting it going again, but there goes Bob Lacavara past him right now. Yeah, but the one thing he really did not want to see happen was a collision between teammates, and we saw that right there. Let's go back and see what happened. You say Siefker just sitting behind Rodney right there. Watch Byron Rodney when they come for the final corner. They do get very loose when they come for the final corner. Into the final corner there. There, Byron, the back end steps out. Siefker nowhere to go. Weaver nowhere to go, and Whitaker definitely nowhere to go. Big problems there for Byron Rodney as he's already back out of pit road. He's already used the fast repair, and he's come out just ahead of Gerard Lawrence. Siefker, meanwhile, he's behind Mike Whitaker. I'm guessing he's going to have to bring a pit side very soon. As he jumps to the inside of Whitaker. Whitaker got a severely damaged car as well. See what Siefker does here. Siefker's not going to bring a pit side. He's going to try and keep it out there as long as he can. Siefker's still in the top 10 despite that, so... And this is because everybody's gapped out very, very much so. While all that was happening, Carl Gilbert has actually made his way up to 3rd place, so good to see him up there on his first race here with the Pasky Series. He's already 6 seconds to the good over Brady Briggs. Brady Briggs has got Mark Vega breathing down his neck now, so Vega caught up to the back of the 18. I'm thinking Briggs might have a few issues here. Briggs is showing some damage to the left side front fender of his car. David across the line, but here comes Briggs and Vega. Vega going to put Briggs under intense pressure here. We know what Vega's like. He likes to He likes his battles as he tries the outside line going for turn 1. Not going to make it work there. Going to make their way up into the S's. Briggs survives to fight another day. Up the hill they go through the S's. Great panning shot there. Exiting the S's now towards that long back straight. And Vega actually get a run on the 18 as they go towards the bus stop again. Oh, Hoot Baker locking him down, going through the bus stop. He completely misses his marks. Fortunate for Baker there, but he keeps it going. No harm, no foul there for the 82. He's still keeping it going. Now Briggs and Vega are catching up to the back of James McDavid. Put a lap on him. James McDavid already 2 laps down there in the number 92 machine. You can see him just making his way into the final corner. Vega looks like he's backed off a bit from Briggs, so he's probably just going to save his tyres at this point. Going for turn 1 to carry on another lap. There goes Vega up into the S's. And hello Mark Arthur, good to see you in the chat there. If you're enjoying the action here tonight, then just leave a like there, buddy, and that would be greatly appreciated. As we're seeing Briggs and Vega catching up to the back of McDavid now through the bus stop. It's only a matter of time before McDavid's going to have to give it up and let them past. Blue flags will be going wild right now. As Nate Siefka finally brings the pit side. See what he can do here. He took his fast repair. Left sides are on, right sides are on now. Mark, this is a fixed league. This is for people who like fixed racing. As Siefka makes his way out of pit road. Now 1 lap down from the leader, Ronnie Osmer. Yeah, Mark, if you're interested in joining, then just throw out a request to join, and we'll be happy to have you along for the ride here at Pasky's. Well, they would, not me. I don't have any say in the league, but anyway. Siefka back out of pit road, 1 lap down in 15th place. He's got Byron Rodney 5 seconds up the road from him. There is the number 75. Well, back at the front, we've got Tanner Costa there. He's got Kyle Gilbert chasing him down. And Siefka's right on the back of Tanner Costa right now. Gilbert right now, sorry. Siefka's going to be on an absolute mission now. Remember, he started in 2nd place, but spun it on the first corner. He's been playing catch-up ever since. Passes Gilbert going through turn 1, and now he's going to focus on getting by Tanner Costa to get that lap back. Back to Sean Weaver though. Got some severe damage on that 37, but still keeping in the head of Wayne Carroll Jr., who's right there in 8th place, right behind him. The question is, how long can Weaver hold on to that position, as he's got that damage on the front end of his car after that, getting involved in that collision between Rodney and Siefka. Obviously, Wayne Carroll Jr.'s got the cleanest car out there. Kyle Gilbert, meanwhile, is almost up onto the back of Tanner Costa as they make their way through the final 2 corners. Nate Siefka in between those 2 drivers. There goes Byron Rodney towards turn 1. There goes Siefka to the inside, and it looks like Gilbert's going to try and make a dive to the inside going into turn 1. Doesn't quite make a stick, has to back off slightly as they go through turn 1. Siefka gets it all wrong on the exit. cautions out. That is the end of stage 1 by the looks of things. Stage 1 is over. Ronnie Osmer, the man with the plan right now, he is the winner of stage 1. Tanner Costa just holding on for second place. Gilbert is in third, Vega in fourth. Brady Briggs is the last man in the top 5 and brings home that last point for the stage. Vega managing to get around Brady Briggs at some point through there. Yeah, Mark, if you're interested in joining the league, just send them a request to join and they'll be happy to have you along. I mean, yeah, this is a fixed league. I know you prefer to run open setups, but it is a fun league. It's a great league, and it's a great bunch of drivers, and they won't pose you any problems. And you know, sometimes fixed leagues are good because you're all on an even playing field. And even though Ronnie Osmer's dominating right now, it's still even, and everybody's running the same thing and just doing what they can with it. And obviously you've got the likes of Ronnie Osmer and obviously your good friend Kyle Gilbert there is running in this league too, so someone for you to beat there, or even race against anyway. Meanwhile, we are under our first caution here at Watkins Glen, as we are now going to go for a quick commercial break, but we will be back in a couple of minutes live from Watkins Glen. We are back live here at Watkins Glen, and I will point out, I will apologise. Kind of didn't change the stickers on the advertising board there. So I apologise for that. That makes me a bit of a dumbass, but never mind. Tomo got some free promotion there. Meanwhile, pit stops have just happened. Ronnie Osmer winning the race off pit road. Tanner Costa in second. Kyle Gilbert in third. Mark Vega in fourth. A great run for him. He started in P8. He's already up to the top 5. He made that up in the first lap. Brady Briggs sitting in fifth. Bradley Allison there in sixth. Johnny Antonucci not been in pit road yet. Oh, he has been in pit road, sorry. Even though he says he hasn't. He's in 8th. Sean Weaver there in 7th. He's actually taking a fast repair. He is nice and clean again. Tristan Walker there in 9th place. With Jeffrey Meyer in 10th. 11th is Mike Whitaker. 12th is Wayne Carroll Jr. 13th is Byron Rodney. 14th is his teammate Nate Siefka. Nate Siefka had a terrible race so far. Spun out in the first corner of the first lap. And really unfortunate to be playing catch-up ever since. He's a lap... No, he's not a lap down. Hoping to get onto the back of the field as they are not 2x2 just yet. While they are still under caution, I am going to speak to somebody. That is of the driver of Mr. Let's see if we can talk to him right now. Nate Sivka, Sam up in the booth, you got me, buddy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Nate, not the start you wanted in this race and spun it out in the first corner. Already playing catch-up in this race after the first stage. What are your thoughts going forward? And yeah, just talk us through what happened there.
I don't know. I was following running through turn one, and I guess somebody just underestimated the speed that we were taking through one and tagged me in the butt. So I was smart enough to not, floor it around and cause the smoke screen, and fell back to last, worked my way up, and then I don't know who the 3 car is, but he took the S's a bit wrong and hit me in the wall, and then I got Byron's been out in front of me, and then I got damage from that and blew the engine. So I had to pit for a fast repair. So it's been a hectic first stage. So hopefully these next 2 stages are a bit calmer.
But other than that, though, you're making your debut here tonight with the Pasky's Racing Series. Usually up in the booth here with me, but down there on the track tonight. What are your thoughts on the league so far tonight?
So far so good. No issues, no complaints about any of the drivers. So it's a good group of guys to run with. Hopefully, I'm in 14th or something right now. Hopefully I make my way up to goal is the top 5 by the end of this stage here, so I can be in a position to get up there and fight with Ronnie.
Well, you're certainly passing people like they're standing still. So definitely you're back on the lead lap now by the looks of things as well. So definitely going to be making a run for it through the pack as we're about to go green again soon. So Nate, just going to wish you luck for the rest of the race, and hopefully we'll be speaking to you in the post race.
Thank you, Sam.
As that was Nate Sivka making his debut here tonight in the Pasky's Grand National Series. Right, Whittaker's still staying out there on 19 lap old tyres and still with a severely damaged car. Not sure what the strategy is here as we're under green again. Ronnie Osmer already getting off to one hellacious start as there goes Kyle Gilbert to the inside of Talacosta, straight up into second place. Go back further in the field, nobody going off yet. James McDavid taking a bit wide. Byron Rodney there battling it out with Tristan Walker. Bob Lacavara there is going. Mike Whittaker is in pit road. So unfortunate there, he's actually coming out now. So after taking this fast repair. Yeah, Ronnie Osmer already out to... Wow, okay. That might have been me who just blinked out there. But anyway, Ronnie Osmer already out to a 1.5 second lead over Kyle Gilbert. Brady Briggs there up into 4th place. I'm not sure what happened to Mark Vega. Vega's got damage. Let's see what happened to him. Oh! Go back and watch that even more. Goes into turn 1. Gets out of turn 1 okay. Up towards the S's. Oh, just gets it all wrong going for the S's. Spins it round. Hits the barrier. And who hit him? Oh, that was Sean Weaver and Matt Kleinschmidt. James McDavid's in it. Jeffrey Myers in it. A lot of drivers in it. Wow, that is a huge accident there. Vega's down on pit road now. Rightly so, that was a huge incident there for the 78. Jeffrey Meyer was in it as well. Looks like Sean Weaver just taking another fast repair, so he's back out on track again. Luke Baker still going strong as he's got. He is 1 lap down. He's letting Bob Lacavara by. I do believe Hoot Baker represents Phenomenal Evolution as well. Just as a... I don't know. It looks like Johnny Antonucci got some severe damage from that incident with Mark Vega as well. As he moves to the inside of Hoot Baker, he's going to get back round again. Nate Seifka already up to P6 now as he's chasing down Bradley Allison for that top 5 spot. So, Seifka on a charge right now. Hannah Costa has got back around Kyle Gilbert, and meanwhile, while I was going back and watching that, the top 10 as it stands right now: Ronnie Osby, your leader, 5 seconds to the good over Tanner Costa in second, Kyle Gilbert in third, Brady Briggs in fourth, Bradley Allison in fifth, Nate Seifka is in sixth, just coming out of the bus stop there. Seventh is Wayne Carroll Jr. Eighth is Byron Rodney, good rebound for him as well. Tristan Walker ninth, Bob Lacavara in 10th place, so good position for him to be in. Johnny Antonucci with that damage number 59 is in 11th. Mike Whitaker is in 12th. Managed to catch up to the field after all that incident, all those incidents going on. Dawn Weaver is there after taking a fast repair. He's in 13th. Jeffrey Meyer back on track. He's taking a fast repair, still on the lead lap. Mark Vega there as well, just making his way through the S's. Steve Baker 1 lap down in 16th. 17th is Gerard Lawrence, who's going slowly. Kleinschmidt in 18th after getting caught up in another incident. James McDavid in 19th after getting caught up in an incident as well. Matt Burkhardt still sitting on pit road. He's not moved for over 21 laps now. Meanwhile, Ronnie Osborne just out to a 7-second lead already. Really has to be the favourite to get a win here tonight as he makes his way through the carousel. Absolute dominant performance here by the number 55 as he's already led 22 laps and he's on lap 23. Led every single lap since the drop of the green flag on lap 1. Go back to the battle between Tanner Costa and Kyle Gilbert as Kyle Gilbert tries to get alongside the 97. Gonna dive it in there as they go into the second to last corner. Great move there by Gilbert as he's back up to P2 now. These two guys have been switching positions since the drop of the green flag after the first stage. Through the final corner there. No dramas between the 78, the 58 and the 97. Hi Joe! How's Road America? And Tex, yeah, if you want to join the league as well, man, just drop them a request and they'll be happy to have you along. And yeah, Watkins Glen, always an interesting race to track to have the Xfinity cars on. Okay, Generic, nice to see you in the chat there. Hi to you as well. And remember guys, if you are enjoying tonight's broadcast, as we're seeing issues there, they're getting around Hoot Baker. Just putting a lap on him. It looks like Gilbert got a bit of damage from that. Let's go back and see what happened there. They're catching up to Hoot Baker. Hoot trying to get around him. Hoot didn't see him coming. Hits it to the side of him. Knocks him sideways a bit, but manages to get around him okay. It still holds on to second place. Tanner Costa backing off a bit now as Brady Briggs is slowly catching into that two-car battle right now. Nate Seifka already up to the top 5. Watch for him to close them down as well. Remember, 8 thousandths of a second was the difference between Seifka and Osmer in qualifying. So, if and when Seifka gets up to P2, watch for Nate Seifka to close down on the 55 as it might be an inter-team battle there for the win between the 2 and the 55. And Seifka absolutely flying right now, setting one. His last lap was a 1:14.7, but that is because he's been dealing with traffic, getting around Bradley Allison. Back further in the field there. Tristan Walker, sorry. Behind Byron Rodney there. Byron Rodney running a very strong 8th place there. Despite the incident he had earlier involving himself and his teammate Nate Siefka, sitting in a nice 8th place there. So going strong there in number 75, doing very well here as they make their way down the 3rd straight. Oh, down A straight towards the 2nd to last corner. I don't know. Carl Gilbert, meanwhile, has actually pulled away from Tanner Costa. Still 11 seconds and falling from Ronnie Osmer, so not able to cope with the 55 right now. Brady Briggs there back in 4th place. 1.7 seconds the deficit, well 1.9 seconds the deficit between him and Costa now. I think Brady Briggs just happy to sit there in 4th place for now, but he's got to be careful because Nate Siefka's catching him very quickly. Bradley Allison back there in 6th place all by himself. He's 13 seconds to the good over Wayne Carroll Jr., who has got Byron Rodney actually closing in on him. Going through the left-hander there towards the final corner. Making it very careful going for the final corner. Got a bit of damage to the right side of that car, so might be hampering a little bit as Byron Rodney is trying to close in on him. No notable battles to speak of right now between the drivers as they're all very spread out. Gilbert has got issues. Go back and find out what happened to Gilbert. And Gilbert getting it wrong through the bus stop. That's going to let Costa in again, and this battle can resume once again as they go towards the final corner now. Costa right on his rear fender. Again, if you guys are enjoying the action, and do not hesitate to hit that like button if you want to see more, and hit the subscribe button and tap the little bell as well while you're at it, just to get the notifications that we are going to be live again. I'm going to go to the Facebook chat now and see what's going on there. I like this new little feature from YouTube. I can watch the race on both. Yeah, let's still looking at Carl Gilbert as Tanner Costa gets it out wrong coming out of the carousel. It looks like Brady Briggs is starting to close in on him again. You see him there in 4th place. And look in the background, there is Nate Siefka chasing those guys down. Oh, isn't it great being a part of YouTube Premium? I like it. Anyway, let's go back to Tristan Walker, who's got Wayne Carroll Jr. closing in on him. So this is looking to be a very interesting 3-car battle here. Byron Rodney almost fall into the clutches of Tristan Walker, but Walker gets it all wrong coming out of the final corner. That's going to let Wayne Carroll in. Wayne Carroll senses blood in the water as Wayne Carroll's going to try and make a move going into turn 1. Not going to make it stick this time round as he's not far enough to the back of 17. Guys, if you want to if you want your friends to take a look at tonight's broadcast, then do not hesitate to share this around to all your friends. Let's get the views up. And yeah, I will be happy to say that we actually hit 300 subscribers here tonight as well. So a bit of a celebration here at BOFA Broadcasting. We are growing as a channel. We are getting bigger very quickly. And we can't thank you guys enough for supporting the channel and just helping us grow as we hope to bring you more and more racing action as we get bigger and bigger and bigger. So stay tuned for us, and hopefully you'll stick around with us as yeah, we hope to bring you a lot more exciting action as like the race you're seeing here tonight, as Byron Rodney is under pressure from Mr. Walker. What happened to Wayne Carroll? Come back and find out. Seen there on the back of Tristan Walker. Oh, he lost it coming out of turn one. Pounds the inside wall. That's going to cost him a ton of time, and it did. 14 seconds it cost him in the end. As he's now got Mike Whitaker for company. He gets it all wrong coming out of turn one again. That's going to let Mike Whitaker back even further towards the back of him. And the two most colourful cars on the grid pretty much together now. Very, very appealing to the eye seeing those two cars there. Back to Nate Seifka, who's actually catching up to the back of Brady Briggs. Gap now 1.2 seconds between the 2 and the 18. All four cars, actually second, third, fourth and fifth, were all in your shot just there. So they're not far apart from each other. Kyle Gilbert there. 1.2 seconds to the good over Tanner Costa. And we're getting closer to the end of stage 2 as well, so definitely looking forward to getting the end of this stage. I'm not. I just love the racing. Ronnie Osmer putting on a Clinton right now, but Gilbert is actually starting to close in on him now. 15.4 seconds the gap between the 58 and the 55. There's Tanner Costa there, the rookie in the 97. He's one of the chase drivers, as you can see by the yellow number on his car. And all the drivers that have yellow numbers on the car are in the chase. You see the yellow number on Ronnie Osmer's car there, he's in the chase. Gilbert obviously making his debut, he's got a white number in his car, he's not in the chase. Costa in the chase, Brady Briggs is not in the chase. Bradley Allison not in the chase. Byron Rodney, unfortunately not in the chase. Mr. Walker not in the chase. Mike Whitaker in the chase? Yes, he is. He's got a yellow number on his car. As is Bob Lacavara. He's in the chase. He's got a yellow number on his car. As is Wayne Carroll Jr. Mark Vega, another chase contender. Not got a yellow number on his car. Very interesting there. And he's battling with Jeffrey Meyer right now. Meyer getting it all wrong coming out of turn one. There goes Vega to the outside of him. As Vega now has to set his sights on trying to close down on Wayne Carroll Jr. And we do have a couple of cars behind the wall now, with Jared Lawrence and Hugh Baker both behind the wall now. Goes with David still running, albeit with a bit of damage to that STP number 92. Ronnie Antonucci 3 laps down. He's just taking a fast repair, albeit he's got a bit of damage on his car again. He's down there in P16. Sean Weaver is in P15, 2 laps down. Kleinschmidt is 14th in 2 laps down. First car 1 lap down is actually Mike Whitaker. There he goes. He's just been lapped by Ronnie Osmer. As you see, Ronnie Osmer going across the line right now. Whew. sweating bullets. Tifka's actually made it up to P4 now. And he's put a lap on Sean Weaver as well in the process. So Tifka on a charge here at Watkins Glen. If you're just joining us, he had an incident on lap 1, turn 1, got turned, and he's basically been playing catch-up ever since. And finally managed to find his way up to P4. Man is just past there. Brady Briggs just falling away back a bit, but he's still in the top 5. A good 17 seconds to the good over Bradley Allison, who's back there in P6, just coming for the S's right now. Brady Briggs having a good showing here tonight in that number 18 Napa Autopods. But soon as Jeffrey Meyer is in trouble. See what happened to him there. Going for the bus stop. Battling with Mark Vega still, and yeah, Meyer gets it all wrong, as so did Wayne Coulter. Oh, Vega gets into him as well. Vega getting a piece of that, and Sivka getting a piece of it too. No, big issues there for the number 2 of Sivka. Good to see it from Sivka's point of view. Meyer really affecting people's races here tonight. As you see Meyer spinning there on the inside of your picture, pulling forward onto the track and collecting one of the leaders. That's not what you want to see from a lap car at this point in the race. As the caution is out and stage 2 is over. Ronnie Osborne going to come home with the stage win. Carl Gilbert is going to come home in 2nd place. Hannah Costa is going to get 3rd. Nate Sivka, despite hitting Jeffrey Meyer, is going to come home in 4th. Brady Briggs, a top 5 in stage 2. So good for him. That's 2 top 5s in the stages. And a hello to Deb Briggs, supporting Brady Briggs out here tonight. So good to show you, good to see that you're showing your support. If you want to see more broadcasts, Deb, then hit that subscribe button. And yeah, if you like what you see tonight, then hit the like button as well. So good to see you joining us here for tonight's broadcast. Always appreciate new followers. Meanwhile,
hey, yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt there, Sam. There's open seat over here. Is this free beer and pizza up in the booth, or what's going on here?
I was expecting tacos.
Well, I'm shut down everything, man. I'm just topping in a free piece of pizza there. I park myself there, and I can sit in the booth there if it's all right, but I can always go back and look at my car.
Absolutely. It's a nice looking car, Hoot. Anyway, just want to point out that we had that incident between Jeffrey Meyer and Mark Vega. Meyer getting it all wrong through the bus stop and collecting Nate Sivka in the process. I'm guessing Sivka's not going to be very happy at this point after seeing that happen to him. Yeah, as they all make their way into pit road, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. As yeah, just hang on tight. We'll be back in a few. And you join us back here at Watkins Glen. Stage 2 is in the books here. Ronnie Osmer has led every single lap in this event so far, and is definitely showing his dominance here tonight. But stage 3 might be completely different for the young man in the 55, as his teammate Nate Siefke is getting ever closer to the back of that 55. Just going to grab a quick word with Ronnie Osmer and see what his thoughts are going into the final stage, as he's with me now. Ronnie Osmer, Sam up in the booth, you got me, sir?
Yes, sir.
Ronnie, you've had it all your own way so far, but you've got a very frustrated number 2 driver getting ever closer to you as time goes by.
Just relaxing and a good time in this race. He's trying his hardest to come up here and catch me, but with how this car has been handling all day and how smooth it's all been, I don't think he will. I'm feeling confident in this race.
Absolutely, as you've been absolutely dominant. You've led every single lap so far tonight. I think the bookies are in your favour to bring it home for the win tonight, yeah?
It's in my favor, yeah, but I just want to get redemption from Wednesday night in a different lane. Just make sure I don't do it again. Keep it clean.
Well, get redemption from last Monday as well, because didn't have the best races in that one either. So yeah, definitely want to get out on top here tonight, and you're definitely proving that so far here, Ronnie. As yeah, like I said, you've led every single lap, but watch for Nate Siefke, because he's absolutely flying through the field right now. I bet he's been saying a few swear words after the incident with Jeffrey Meyer, though.
He's been saying he needs some new pants and all that stuff, but he's fine.
That's all right then. Well, Ronnie.
Hey, real quick there, Ronnie, before we get off, man, this suit up in the booth, you're definitely doing exactly what everybody thought you do, but yeah, you got Tanner and Nate there. I'll tell you what, Tanner's been putting up good times there, even in practice.
Been keeping an eye on him, but he hasn't been near. He only been near my bumper when the pace car's in front, so I'm feeling confident.
All right, bro.
All right, Ronnie. Well, good luck for the rest of the race, and hopefully we'll speak to you in the post-race interviews.
All right.
That was Ronnie Osmer, the long-time leader of the race. He's led every single lap here tonight. Hoot. Can you see him? I couldn't honestly see him bringing it home for the win, but he's not going to have it all his own way, as yeah, Nate Siefke's getting closer to him.
Well, you know, one thing about Ronnie, I swear to God, every time I drive around him, I mean, he's steady, he rocks it, and doesn't seem. I've seen so many people around him, this and that, and he's got a couple new drivers he may not be familiar with around him, but it doesn't affect him.
Absolutely. As we go to green once again, stage 3 is underway. Ronnie Osmer already steaming ahead, as Nate Siefke there in 4th place, just holding station behind Tanner Costa. Or is he? He's already trying to make a move on the 97 as they come out of turn 1. So Nate Siefke already trying to make a move as they go up through the S's. He's already side by side with the 97, getting very frustrated. Behind him as a side by side, almost getting it wrong.
And got a little side spin in the back.
Absolutely, as Siefke's going to dive in on the inside into the bus stop. Not going to make it stick this time round. As there goes Brady Briggs under pressure from Bradley Allison, going for the bus stop. And there is Byron Rodney as well, trying to make a move. He's in P7 now. He was in P8 for most of the second stage, but made up a position on the restart. Tristan Walker there right behind him. Mark Vega already back up into the top 10, so he's making a move too. Got a slight bit of damage after that incident with Jeffrey Meyer, but that's not slowing him down. And Mike Whittaker running out the top 10 right there in that tie-dye number 707.
Yeah, there was a little contact there with Tanner and Kyler there, but they seem to be both maintaining speed.
Absolutely, as you see, Carl Gilbert actually not letting Ronnie Osmer get away this time. Ronnie made a small mistake on the back end of the track, and that let Carl Gilbert get to the back of him, but couldn't make the pass stick, as there is Nate Siefke already up to P3 and chasing down the 58 machine, and he's got to try and get up to 2nd place now.
Yeah, he's getting a little clean run there right now, and let's just see if he can, you know, everybody tends to jam it up on that first turn. Let's see how that works. It looks good.
Absolutely, as Brady Briggs there still battling out. He's battling out with Tanner Costa now, actually. Costa seems to be struggling on the early running on this 3rd stage. Brady Briggs all over the back of him. Not going to try and make a move this time, especially not around the bus stop, and definitely not around through the carousel. Although the carousel is a nice place to pass, you can slide it up and hit the other driver if you're not careful, but Brady Briggs taking the safer option and just sticking behind the 97 for now. Sivka already up to the back of Gilbert now, so Gilbert looks very out of shape going through the corners there. He knows he's under pressure, and he knows he's got Nate Sivka right up his rear fender, and he's just got to try and hold on for dear life as they go towards the line, complete another lap. We're on lap 40 now with 31 laps remaining.
Yeah, and you know these two guys have got to be a little bit frustrated, but they're doing two things. They're trying to get ahead of each other. They're trying not to overdrive it and to keep Ronnie in sight, but they definitely want to be, one guy wants to be in front of the other. They each want to see Ronnie in front of them.
Absolutely, and let's not forget Gilbert and Sivka both making their debuts here tonight and really putting on a show in their first race here with Paskys. Really want to make a name for themselves in there. Even if they don't win this thing, they've definitely already made a name for themselves just by being in the top three. I mean, battling out for second place in their first ever race. You don't see that often with, well, dare I say it, rookies.
Oh, definitely, and you know, and especially on a road course, you know, because you know, road courses are tough. I mean, it's you know, it brings out about it, and these cars are just tough to drive on a road course. If you don't do them a lot, you wind up like me, taking it in the pit so I don't kill everybody and try to maintain my car.
Absolutely. That was Vega. No, it wasn't Vega going off track behind him. Someone was going off track. I think it was Tanner Costa just went slightly off track as Nate Sivka's right behind, still right behind Kyle Gilbert. Not going to make the move just yet. Still right on the fender though. Let's go back to a battle between Brady Briggs. Brady Briggs has had issues there. He's fallen backwards a bit as he's battling out with Mike Whitaker. Let's go back and see what happened to Briggs. Trying to find out what happened to Briggs. Byron Rodney got it all wrong as well. Back a bit further than that. Briggs just trying to hold on to the back of Tanner Costa there. Making his way through the final corner. I'm guessing the back end must have stepped out. And it did. The back end just switched around on him. Almost just locks it up just in time for pit road. Byron Rodney's right behind him. Oh, Brady Briggs hits the barrels at the end of pit road and loses a ton of positions. He's back down in 8th place now. Byron Rodney there is. Oh, no. Byron Rodney there in 7th, just behind Jeffrey Meyer. Meyer taking a fast repair. And to answer your question, Mark Arthur, I think, how many fast repairs did you guys have here tonight, Hoot?
There was 3 fast repairs.
I'm guessing you need that many fast repairs, especially on a track like this, right?
Yeah, pretty much. You know, the league generally runs with 1, but, you know, everybody knows that, you know, road courses aren't everybody's thing, and some drivers better. Oh, we got a little bit of sliding there. And, but yeah, everybody knows that generally 1 is what we go with, but 3 definitely on this track.
As Nate Sivka makes a move on Kyle Gilbert, and Nate Sivka now up to 2nd place. So that has released Nate Sivka into the 2nd spot, and now he can go and chase down the 55 and his teammate Ronnie Osmer for the lead.
Yeah, Kyle got a little bit sideways coming out of that, and he lets him get around.
And Kyle Gilbert not letting him get away. Hopefully he can get a pull off the number 2 and hopefully get up to the back of Ronnie Osmer. Osmer's already 5.5 seconds up the road from Sivka. There goes Ronnie across the line on the bottom of your picture there. Here comes Sivka and Gilbert now. It looks like Sivka's actually starting to gap Gilbert now. They're already 7/10 of a second to the good over the 58. Tanner Costa there, all on his own in 4th place, so he's pretty safe at the moment. Bradley Allison, the last car in the top 5. And Michael Lawler, we are the BOFA guys. I thought you said, who are these BOFA guys? You know who we are.
And Ronnie just continuing to be consistent and just putting time on everybody.
Well, Nate Sivka just took a 10th out of Ronnie Osmer's time. Actually, he's just took another 3 tenths out of his time. As Sivka now has put his foot to the floor. He's going to chase down that 55, and we could have a battle for the lead very soon. And between teammates, nonetheless.
Yeah, like I said, Gilbert got a little sideways there right before. Gilbert got a little sideways before Seifert by him, and I wonder if it shook him up a little bit, but I don't think it did. He's come from way back, and he's maintaining.
Yeah, he's still there in the top three, just falling a ways back from Nate Seifert. 1.5 seconds is the deficit between him and the number 2. As Nate Seifert still closing the gap between him and Ozma. Nate Seifert half a second to the good over Ozma on that last lap.
Yeah, he's definitely putting some distance between him and Gilbert now.
And at the same time closing that gap between him and Ozma, so definitely want something to see there. As we're looking at Byron Rodney, almost getting into the side of it with he does get into the side of Jeffrey Meyer. Meyer goes around, and Meyer in trouble again. Go back and see that again as Byron Rodney trying to put a lap on the 50 machine. Going through there, getting to the side of him. Meyer goes around.
And he's around.
Yeah, Byron Rodney loses a position to Brady Briggs in the process. And Mike Whitaker. The problems there for the 75 as he's getting a bit out of shape going through the bus stop, and really needs to settle down now as he's got Johnny Antonucci trying to take a lap back off him.
Yeah, and again, to remind everybody, you know, what on the road courses, you have the stage cautions, not stage caution, but local cautions, So, you're never going to have a full field caution on this track. Very rarely.
Absolutely, and the only cautions we've seen here tonight, obviously, are the competition cautions from the end of the stages. So, definitely, that's all the yellow flag action you're going to see here tonight, as it looks like Byron Rodney's going to bring it pit side, and he does, possibly to repair some of that damage he gained from hitting Jeffrey Meyer. Back to Nate Seifert as the gap's still holding out at 5 seconds exactly, so Seifert not really making up enough ground on Ozma at this point, as we are going to be 25 laps to go across, on the next lap. On this lap.
1 to 3 is about pretty evenly spread out, but again, they're doing well hanging with Ronnie. Ronnie is just a machine.
Issues for Brady Briggs. Looks like Brady Briggs has put his... Oh, that is why Brady Briggs put his car behind the wall. Let's go back and see what happened there. He's coming up behind Bob Lacavara. Lacavara is a lap down. See what happens here. You see... Tries to make a pass on the inside. Lacavara doesn't see him there. Brady Briggs absolutely pummels the Armco barrier on the entrance to the bus stop, and that is going to be the end of Briggs' night. Unfortunate there for the 18, as he was in the top 5 for both of the stage 1 and stage 2, but his race coming to an end in awful fashion into the bus stop. Everybody's spread out right now. Byron Rodney back out on track now, as he is down in P9, so still in the top 10 despite having to make a pit stop to repair the damage there for the 75, but he is on fresh tyres as well and fresh fuel, so watch for him to actually make up some ground on the car in front of him. That is Tristan Walker, but he is 38 seconds exactly behind the 17, so you're going to have to really put your foot to the floor there, Byron, if you want to catch up to that number 17 machine.
Yeah, and Ronnie's getting ready to come up on low lap traffic. I don't think it's going to be a big deal. It might allow number 2 to close up on him a little bit, but it's not that big a deal. Ronnie might even, I don't know how Ronnie drives. He might even ease up a little bit. I don't know, but I think he's going to charge on through.
Ronnie Ozma taking it easy, going for the bus stop, and yeah, he is coming up on James McDavid. McDavid is 2 laps down. He's about to go 3 laps down. As who's that right in front of him? I believe that is Sean Weaver. It is the number 37 machine, making his way through the final 2 corners. He's 1 lap down, so he's 1 lap ahead of McDavid Could go 2 laps down once Ronnie Osmer gets to the back of him. It's going to be interesting to see, though, if Ronnie Osmer is actually going to be able to get around these guys safely and not lose any time to Nate Siefka. Nate Siefka is actually caught up to him. He's actually gained a second on the 55 in that last lap alone.
Yeah, I think they're going to be good and realize what's going on, you know, because you do get the good indication and realize that the guy coming up behind is needs to get around you. So everybody's been pretty good about that tonight.
Al Gilbert just sitting there in 3rd place. He's not under any threats at all. 15 seconds to the good over Tanner Costa, who's back there in 4th place, just making his way to turn 1. Here goes Byron Rodney, diving it into the inside of Costa. Rodney is 1 lap down, so he's trying to get a lap back off the 97, and Rodney is on fresher tyres. And I'm absolutely in love with this panning shot going up the hill, and I hope you guys are enjoying it too. And yes, Michael Lawler, you are right. Siefka's new PC is from AZ Direct. And it is definitely making him perform better. So if you want a new computer, then go to AZ Direct. They'll get you sorted out, and give Michael Lawler a shout out. He'll get you hooked up. No problem.
Yeah, so I'm back looking at Mark Vega right now. He's maintaining a solid 6 there. I'm not sure how quick he's moving up, but he's got nobody threatening. I think he's moving up a little bit.
Yeah, he's seen there sitting in 6th place, just making his way towards the second to last corner down the NASCAR chute. Yeah, he's gained a 10th on Bradley Allison, but not too much. I think he's just content just sitting there in 6th place and just running his own race at this point, especially after everything he's been through with the incidents he's had with well, that huge wreck he had on through the S's as well earlier in the race. I'm sure you saw a bit of that as well, and I bet that was scary.
Oh yeah, there was you know, a couple of wrecks that I actually was able to navigate through. You know, even though you know, I had a terrible race, but I did get through a couple of those wrecks, man. And yeah, you know, just people out there fighting, they're doing what they do.
And Vega, unfortunately, having the biggest one of the night through the S's on the start of at the beginning of stage 2. Still keeping it going though, still keeping it in 6th place, as he actually is losing time to Bradley Allison. So Allison still keeping a lot of speed in that number 03 machine, as he's actually chasing down Tanner Costa. 1.2 seconds is the gap between the 97 and the 03. As you see him there, just going down the NASCAR chute again towards the second to last corner. And Byron Rodney has got around Tanner Costa as well, so he's got his lap back off the 97. The gap between Nate Siefka and Ronnie Osmond, meanwhile, is 3.6 seconds, 3.5 seconds now, as Siefka is actually dealing with the lap traffic that Ronnie Osmond just had to navigate around.
Oh yeah, everybody's definitely focused now, and what you're seeing a lot of now is you're seeing occasional mistakes there on the, you know, on the boot, and that's where a lot of times you just get focused in on that straightaway, and you think you're just gaining so much on somebody, and you just don't. And next thing you know, you're up in that boot and you're rolling straight through it.
Absolutely, as Nate Siefka still gaining time on Ronnie Osmer. Actually losing time that time, as he's stuck behind Sean Weaver. Gets around him this time round. Has to force his way past the 37. As now he's released. He's got no lap traffic in front of him. Now he can focus on chasing down the 55 of Ronnie Osmer with no traffic in between the two drivers.
Yep, and a good time to make those moves and gain some time on that straightaway right before the boot.
Absolutely, as there is Bob Lacavara in a nice little battle there with Jeffrey Meyer. Lacavara just holding on to that last spot in the top 10. Meyer just on the outside of the top 10. Jeffrey Meyer not had the best of races tonight, as he is a lap down with Lacavara. But a nice little battle there, as Meyer's going to try and look the outside, going towards the second to last corner. Dives into the inside, actually sells him a dummy, as Meyer takes the inside line and takes away that top 10 spot from Bob Lacavara. A good move there from Meyer.
Yeah, and I haven't been watching, but I'm assuming that's going to be. Notice Bob hovering around that P10, P11, so that's a good fight going on there.
As Babalakavara has actually got Mike Whitaker coming down behind him, looking to put another lap on him. There is the 707. Just runs a bit wide coming out of turn 1, but keeps it going nevertheless as he makes his way up the hill through the S's. And we're gonna go and turn the lap. We're gonna go to Ronnie Osmer and go in his cockpit, and we're gonna run a lap with Ronnie Osmer. Let's just have a bit of silence here as we're going to have a nice little lap with Osmer as he still continues to lead this race. Ronnie Osmer there, still a few seconds to the good, made that 4.5 seconds to the good over Nate Siefka. Siefka actually backing off a bit now, just looks like he's settling for that second spot. Does not want to overdrive the car at this point in the race with 18 laps to go. Looks like he's just going to settle back for a bit now as we're getting close to the end of this race now, Hoot.
Yeah, and again, and Ronnie's got a little bit of, he's got one car between him. It looks like, he's getting by lap traffic, and he's just a machine, man.
Absolutely, to see Ronnie Osmer closing up to the back of Bob Lacavara. They're going for turn 1. Towards the S's, he's going to try and make a move. He's going to try and force his way past the number 5, and he does. But Ronnie Osmer puts a lap on, another lap on Bob Lacavara. So Bob Lacavara now 2 laps down. Not really any battles of note, apart from the one between Bradley Allison and Tanner Costa. Allison has actually got past Tanner Costa now, so he is up into 4th place now. Tristan Walker and Mark Vega, they seem to be getting very close as well. Vega looks like he's dropped a couple of spots there actually, as he's been in pit road. That's why he's dropped a couple of spots. So Vega's been in pit road, so looks like green flag pit stops are starting to happen now, Hoot.
Yeah, I can tell you, these guys have been out a while now, and again with the with the local cautions, you don't have that opportunity to think, well, I can get in and get my tires up when you get a caution, I can come in and reset all that. You don't have that. You don't have that option here.
Yeah, and the first person to actually blink out of the leaders and take it down pit road was actually Kyle Gilbert. He's fallen back to 5th place, but he's on the freshest tyres of all in that top 5. So first man to blink, and he seems to be going all right. It's a nice 30 seconds ahead of 6th place Mike Whitaker. Whitaker on 19 lap old tyres, so he is still got to pit yet. Ronnie Osborne.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I was looking at Mike, and he just let a couple of I guess the lap cars or something go by, and he's holding that P6. But if he's letting that happen, he's probably killing those tires.
Yeah, we'll watch for Mark Vega. Vega is on fresh tyres, and is only 2 seconds back from Mike Whitaker. So watch Mike Whitaker to come under pressure from the 78 very soon, before the end of this race. Well, Mike's still got a pit, so he's definitely going to lose the position regardless.
Yeah, and and Mike's a smart enough driver. He's not going to push that car. Somebody's got to go by. They're going to go by, and he knows his lap position and his pit position. Very smart driver.
Absolutely. As Tanner Costa's got issues. Bradley Allison. Oh, there's interest. Oh, wow. That was a scary moment for Gilbert as Gilbert moves back up to 3rd place. But let's go back and watch what happened between Tanner Costa and Bradley Allison. Allison had issues as well. So let's see what happened to him. Making the way towards the bus stop. Locks him up and, oh, big wreck there for Allison. Costa having to go through the gravel just to avoid him. Though it was actually Bradley Allison that had the huge wreck, and Tanner Costa, all he was doing was just avoiding the 0-3 as Gilbert just slips on by and moves his way up to 3rd place and on fresher tyres than the drivers behind him.
Yeah, and that's, again, that going into there, like I said, people just, they roll up in there and you can't remember how good your tires are, this and that, and next thing you know, you're bent out of shape up in there, and it's just a bad scene, and you just hope you don't collect anybody else with it.
Now we're just looking at Bradley Allison there in pit road. He actually has brought it down now, and he's actually not taking a fast repair, which is unusual to see. He's actually pit farming the car. He's up and running again, but he was in pit road for over 26 seconds. So
yeah, I was going to say at this point you need to be taking at least those fast repairs. We got at least 2 left. Absolutely.
Bradley Allison now back out with a clean car again, so I think he must have decided, yeah, I'm going to take that fast repair now. I can't be bothered sitting here on pit road for that much time. And he is back out on track again in P8, so no love. Oh, not lost too much there, but he would have been happy just staying up there challenging for that 4th spot as Mark Vega, the biggest beneficiary from that, as he moves up to 5th place now, and he did pass Mike Whitaker a couple of laps ago as well. So
yeah, and I'm watching Mike Whitaker right now. He's staying behind Bob Lacabera right now, but Mike's got to be thinking pit.
Yeah, Mike Whitaker's off the track. He went straight on, going through the second to last corner. Comes back out just before the final corner. And Whitaker's staying out, but that was definitely a scary moment there for the 707 as Bob Lacavara's in the wall. What happened to the 5?
Yeah, Mike got by him.
Let's see what happened to Bob Lacavara there, coming out of the final turn. Got a wheel on the grass, and that is going to do it. Puts him into the pit wall and back outside to the outside wall. Bob Lacavara, severe damage on that number 5 now. As I'm guessing that last hope for a top 10 has just faded away for Bob now.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see the replay, but I'm assuming he came out of that turn and maybe just got a little in the grass and came a little too hard on the gas, probably, right?
Absolutely, it just punted him into the wall. Meanwhile, back at the front, Ronnie Osmer just put a lap on Wayne Carroll Jr. Still 4.3 seconds to the good over Nate Siefka. You can see Nate Siefka just coming out of pit road right there. The final corner just there. And don't discount Kyle Gilbert. He may be 41 seconds behind, but he's on fresher tyres. Only 4 laps on those tyres, and he's actually gaining time on Nate Siefka. Well, it's pretty inevitable, really, on the fresher tyres, but the more Osmer and Siefka stay out, the more this plays into Gilbert's hands, and he must be really happy that they're still staying out at this point, especially when they're on 23-lap-old tyres.
Yeah, depending on this part of the race, and depending on everybody's pit strategy, the top 6 or 7 really aren't spread out that far if you think about it.
Well, Mark Vega's a lap down, and he's in 5th. There's only 4 cars left on the lead lap, by the way, which is absolutely amazing. Mind you, only 4 cars finished on the lead lap at Sonoma last night for Somo. If you missed that race, then go back and watch it. I recommend you do, because that was one hell of a race A dominant performance by the winner, but really don't want to spoil it for anybody. As Sivka is up to the lead.
Yep.
What happened there? Let's go back and see what happened. I want to see.
I was watching, but I really couldn't tell. I didn't see Ronnie get bent out of shape a little bit, but he is looking a little. Maybe his tires are a little worn right now.
Let's have a look. Going into the second to last corner. Oh, the back end stepped out and he hit the barrier. Ronnie Osmer, first mistake of the night and probably the most crucial. There goes Sivka to the inside and Sivka now in the lead. And that's what Sivka wanted. He wanted that one mistake out of his teammate, and that's put him back to the, well, put him to the front. And now the fight is on between the 55 and the 2.
Yeah, and you got to know that Ronnie is probably, you know, I mean, he's not kicking himself in the butt, but he's probably thinking, man, how'd that just happen?
Absolutely. Ronnie Osmer actually staying with him. I think it's because of the old tyres that the back end stepped out on that 55. So they're going to have to bring it down pit road very soon, as they're going to be coming to 10 laps to go here at Watkins Glen. They've got enough of a buffer over Kyle Gilbert. I think they're going to make it out just in front of the 58, but realistically, they're on old tyres. They're not going to last much longer. I can't help but think that they're going to be having to pit with him at some point with these 10 laps to go.
I got to tell you, I got to give 2 thumbs up to the race because you know, it's you know, I hate to say it, but it's been a long time since I've seen Ronnie be challenged like this. I mean, he's an awesome driver, and this guy's giving him a run for the money.
Absolutely. Something's happened to Wayne Carroll Jr. in the background there. Let's go and see what happened to him. Coming up through the hill. I thought I heard someone wrecking. As backhand steps out, Carroll into the Armco, onto the inside Armco. And big incident there for the number 22 of Wayne Carroll. There goes Vega to the inside, past him. There goes Kleinschmidt past him. So big issues there for the number 22, but nevertheless he is 3 laps down, so not going to lose too much here. Back to the battle for the lead as Sivka has now got Osman right on his rear fender. With 9 laps to go here at Watkins Glen, this has really started some excitement. I know it's at a detriment to Ronnie Osmer, but this race just really got exciting all of a sudden after that incident with the 55, and now the 2 teammates can battle it out for the win here as Nate Sivka currently has the upper hand right now. He's a second to the good over Ronnie.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I was watching Ronnie coming in that last turn there, and I'll tell you what, it almost looks like he's prowling right now.
Absolutely, and you heard in the interview there that Ronnie was just want to drive it safe and bring it home for the win, but I'm guessing he could feel that pressure building from Sivka behind him, and I'm guessing he was just trying to really put his foot down, but trying to break for that corner that they're just going through now. Really put pay to his chances of potentially getting the win here as they're coming around the final corner. And Carl Gilbert's still catching them, by the way. Actually, as I say that, Gilbert goes wide into the wall. Gilbert, big problems there for the 58 as he gets it all wrong for the bus stop. And all that time he just he clawed back from the 55 and the 2 has just gone right down the toilet as now. Let's go back and watch that again. You see him just making his way up for the S's there towards the backstretch. Let's see what caused that, because he got it all wrong going in the bus stop. Slows it down. Oh, actually, he went into the bus stop way too hot. Got onto the rumble strips, went into the grass, couldn't slow it down enough, and into the wall he went. So big problems there for the 58 of Carl Gilbert, and that win on his debut race has really gone away now, as Nate Sivka has actually pulled away from Ronnie Osmer. He's 2.4 seconds to the good over the 55. And Sivka is now looking strong for a win on his debut here tonight.
Oh, yeah. And he's definitely Ronnie's, you know, I don't know what his strategy is going on. I'm beginning to think that he just can't keep up. But I'd like to think that he's still back there just prowling. But like you said, it's getting down to the end stages, and they might want to start getting up in Nate's grill.
There's Osman there just gingerly going through turn 1. I think he's just trying to protect the tyres to the end. Either that or he's fuel saving, because Tifka already gained a second out of him going through the S's. Tifka out to a 3.2 second lead now already over Osma. So Osma backing off there. Gilbert is back up and running again, although he is all over the place going through the final corner. Gilbert looks really rattled at this point, as he still got a decent advantage over Tanner Costa, but really not looking as smooth as he was before that crash happened.
Oh, and that's absolutely understandable. Like I said, you know, I made it through about half the race and wasn't doing great, but yeah, you definitely get rattled after stuff like that. And the best thing he can do is just get out there, settle down, and just try to get his P10, or you know, his top 10.
A top 3.
Oh, that too.
Mark Vega right now, he's sitting in the last spot in the top 5. Got a nice gap over Tristan Walker, who's back in 6th place. And yeah, Vega really having a good race here tonight. Started P8, and by the time they got up into the bus stop on lap 1, he was up in P2. So had the best start out of everybody tonight, but obviously had that huge crash at the start of stage 2. Managed to claw it back. He's back up into the top 5 now. So great run there for Mark Vega. Obviously Tanner Costa had a very quiet race, apart from that incident he had with Bradley Allison. When Bradley Allison actually hit the wall in exactly the same spot that Brady Briggs hit it, and damaging his car. But Tanner Costa taken to the grass to avoid him. That's probably the only incident he's really had here tonight. Other than that, he's had a really, really smooth race. Just kept it clean, as he's still there in 4th place. Mike Whittaker back there in 8th place. Not really doing much, just all by himself. Having a good run here tonight. And also is Byron Rodney having a pretty strong run here tonight. He's in P9. And Vega. Oh, bit of connection issues there for the 78. Not wanting to see that at this point in the race. As Kleinschmidt goes round. Kleinschmidt in the wall. Another casualty of that corner. Before the final turn. So more damage there for the number 3.
Yeah, and Ronnie's just not getting anything on the leader. I mean, he's trying his best here, but you know, we're going to see how that goes. But just not able to make time and get up in his window, you know.
Absolutely, Ronnie Osborne now 4.7 seconds back from the number 2 of Nate Siefka. And the gap is getting bigger, so Nate Siefka really in the catbird seat, as we are 5 laps to go here at Watkins Glen. Nate Siefka, unfortunately for Ronnie, might actually have this race in the bag now, as he looks a lot more smoother going through the corners.
Yeah, and you're probably going to see more of a push from Ronnie, because, you know, that guy is a competitor, and he's going to push it to everything he's got. So I expect to see that close, but I don't know if it's going to be enough.
Absolutely, as you just see Nate Siefka just making his way into turn 1, closing up on the back of Johnny Antonucci. Antonucci keeping it in there, although he is the last car running in P16. 3 laps down and 16 seconds behind the next car in front of him. That's Wayne Carroll, still nursing that extremely damaged car.
And Ronnie is moving. There goes Ronnie. That's past the lap.
Siefka just put a pass on Johnny Antonucci there for another lap. As, yeah, Ronnie's going to try and put his foot down and try and get that speed down. He's got the gap back down to 4 seconds. Ronnie Osborne getting a slide coming out of the bus stop, but not losing much time there. Now, with 4 laps to go, he's going to make up a 4-second deficit. I don't think he's going to make it happen, though, at this stage in the race, as Nate Siefka just coming around to complete another lap there and make it 3 laps to go here. Oh, Sivka's in.
But... Oh my gosh, what has happened?
Sivka bringing it pit side. So I'm guessing the fuel, there's not enough fuel in that car for Sivka to make it to the end.
Unbelievable. Can we expect Ronnie to come in next lap?
And that is the big question here. As we're watching Ronnie Osmond making his way out of turn 1 up into the S's, is Ronnie going to bring it down pit side before this race is done and dusted? And it's interesting to see, can Nate Sivka make it out in front of Carl Gilbert? Because Gilbert's still been going, albeit now on 13 lap old tyres. And there goes Sivka out of pit road and up towards the S's already, as Gilbert only just crossing the line right now. Mind you, let's go and focus back in on Ronnie Osmer. It's remaining to see, as Hoot just stated, is Ronnie Osmer going to bring it in on this lap and get some more Mr. Feelgoods and some fresh fuel? Ronnie Osmer's slowing down. Is he? No.
Nope, he's still going. All right, we're going to know here in about 10 seconds. He's staying out.
I just want to listen to Ronnie Osmer's engine. Still got a full-powered engine, but he's really nursing that car around now. As with 2 laps to go, if he doesn't bring it in this lap, then he's going to try and take it to the end, but he's going very, very slowly at this point on 33 lap old tyres. But Ronnie Osmer, if he stays out and gets to the end of this, he's just had the race handed to him by Nate Sivka.
Right, exactly. How much can you nurse a car? We're about to find out.
There's a gap between Nate Sivka and Carl Gilbert now, 15 seconds. As you see Bradley Allison running wide going through turn 1 behind Bob Lacavara. Let's see if Gilbert can make it round Allison going through the S's. Round on the outside and on the inside. Good move there by the 58. I just want to give a shout out to Sivka and Gilbert though. On their debut tonight, looks like they're going to bring it home 2nd and 3rd. That's not too shabby for your debut race though. As no, Osmer's going to try and nurse it to the end as he's going to go and start its final lap here at Watkins Glen. 1 lap to go, the white flag is out. Osmer is going to make it. I wonder if it's a bit of strategy there between Sivka. It's like, okay, you made a mistake and I'm not going to let you throw away this win. Nate, Ronnie, you've got more at stake with you being in the chase. I'll give you this win and go in pit side. I'm guessing that's the strategy call from Nate Sivka's camp there. Sivka knows that Osmer has got more at stake with him being in the chase and just really doesn't want to take that away from him at this point, because if Ronnie Osmer gets a winner here tonight, he's in to the 2nd round of the chase automatically.
Yeah, you never know what's going on with the teams there. I'd like to think that the teams, if they have the ability, they would definitely fight each other. But that, like you said, you just don't know.
Absolutely. As we see Ronnie Osmer, just 2 more corners to go for the 55 driver. Into the 2nd to last corner. And round the final corner. And here he comes, Ronnie Osmer. He's going to slowly bring it across the line, and Ronnie Osmer is going to win at Watkins Glen and move himself into the 2nd round of the chase. Hey, Sivka just going to come across the line now for 2nd place, as there he is. Coming down now. Ronnie Osmer already
that should be a good post-race interview there. Now, of course, they can't tell us their strategy and what was going on there, but that was interesting.
Absolutely. Yes. We are going to go to our interviews in just a second. Trying to find a decent camera angle so I can show our winner. I will get to it in a second, ladies and gentlemen. as that is our winner, Ronnie Osmer, there in your picture. And let's go to our first interview of the night. That is going to go to Mr. Kyle Gilbert, as on his debut, bringing it home for a brilliant third place. Let's talk to him right now. And here he is with me now. Kyle Gilbert, debut race, bringing it home for third place, but it could have been so much better had you not made that mistake for the bus stop.
Yeah, it was those last two. I made two mistakes there at the end. I think it was in the bus stop was one of them, and then I think it was in this turn right here that I'm going through. I overshot it also and lost a couple of seconds. But with me, my history on road, I'm happy with this finish. It's a tough car track combo, and hopefully I'll learn enough to be able to compete for the win tomorrow.
Absolutely, and yeah, every single bit of road course practice is an advantage going into future races on road courses. So, but the biggest thing here, Kyle, your debut race here tonight, grabbing third place there from a lot of people that have got more experience in these cars around this track than you. So, you got to be happy with that at least, anyway.
Oh yeah, once I got into practice, I realized that I was able to get this car around the track pretty fast compared to everybody else. There may be people that, I'm sure there are people that can wheel this thing a lot better than I can. I'm 100% sure there are. But I've been practicing this whole week for the Major League Racing race tomorrow. I actually got my second official win on iRacing on road in the nearly 5 years that I've been on iRacing today, in the 22 starts on official road. So something in me has clicked, and hopefully I will be able to take a lesson and do better on road in the future, like I did tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, somebody's smiling down in you tonight to give you the look that you've had just today alone. Obviously, like you said, bringing home the win in an official race, and then coming home third here tonight in your debut race with the Pasky's racing series. Well, Kyle, I'm not sure where we go to next week, but does anybody like to give a shout out for tonight's third place?
I'd like to shout out Mark Arthur and Tex. They're William Tex Perry. I'm assuming they're still watching. They messaged me during the race. Looked at my phone and I saw supporting me. So I'd like to shout them out. Thanks for watching. And just the league admins and you broadcasting like always.
All right then, Kyle, and hopefully we will see you next week. As yeah, congratulations on the third place, and we'll let you go and celebrate that result.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow. That was our third place finisher, Kyle Gilbert. Let's go to our second place finisher, Nate Siefka. Nate, coming home in second place on your debut here tonight, but it could have been a lot more better effort had you not. Well, was that a bit of a strategy call from yourself, just letting Ronnie get the win there tonight?
No, I did not think about fuel until about halfway through that final stage, and when I thought about it, it was too late to save anyway. So Ronnie said something about saving fuel in the channel, and then all of a sudden I was just like, I haven't saved, so I just kept running my thing, and Sam slowed down a little bit, and then he made a mistake, I guess, and I got by him, and I was thinking I was about 2 laps short, and I was hearing, I'm just telling Sam, hey, I got enough fuel, dude. I got enough fuel. You better hang on with me. So I was trying to play the psychological game to keep him with me. If I probably was able to stretch it out a lap, he said he probably would have ran out too. So unfortunate for me, though. I mean, it was a good drive from the back, though, getting tagged on lap 1 and fight my way back through the field in that first stage, and then missing that chaos at the beginning of the second stage. I think I restarted like 12th or 13th and was at 6th at the end of that lap. So, and then I managed to just work my way, and then at the end of stage 2, I got another incident. So thankfully the stage caution came out right away, so I didn't feel the damage too bad. But then, yeah, if I just didn't get held up battling I think it's a 59 or I don't know what his name is, but if I didn't get in that part of the battle, I probably could have been with Ronnie the entire run there. I lost about 4 seconds there battling, and I was about the 4 seconds the entire stage there. So if I just was there, if I got by him a little quicker, it could have been a different race.
Absolutely, and well, you did lead a couple of laps there. You prevented your teammate from leading all the laps here tonight, so you kind of left something on the table for you tonight. But definitely a great result here tonight, Nate, on your debut with the Pasky's League. Looking forward to the next races. I'm guessing you've got a taste for this league now, and you want to continue on, yeah?
Yeah, I'll definitely continue. All the races I competed in this week, I won't be able to compete in next week due to work. I might race Monday night with these guys in their truck series, but that's gonna be about the one night I have free next week, unfortunately. But yeah, these guys are a good bunch of guys. You know, at first when I got spun, I was like, oh, that's a good introduction to the league, good initiation. But yeah, the guys raced me clean all night long. I had no issues. Some good battling. Some good passes. So I hope you saw my beautiful passes, Sam. But yeah, I mean, it was a good race overall.
Absolutely. As well, Nate, great race in there tonight, getting second place on your debut. Is there anybody you'd like to thank for that result?
Yeah, I think the guys at PHware for a good cause, and KP for putting on this good league, and also being kind of the front man for PHware on behalf of us, Phenomenal Evolution Racing, and just you guys, just saying for taking your night out and broadcasting this, even though you could have just taken the night off tonight. So thank you, Sam. Thank you, KP. Thank you, everybody that's watching tonight.
Also, thank you to Actelion for sponsoring the race and the team.
Yeah, exactly. I was missing one person there, so thank you guys.
Well, Nate, we'll see you on. Hopefully, we'll see you on Sunday for the Top Fuel race, right?
No, I worked that night too. I've donated. By the way, yes, please. Anybody who wants to donate to a great cause, please. We're needing some drivers. Still, I would be racing if I didn't have work, unfortunately. So I've donated to the great cause. Hopefully more people are willing to donate to such a good cause and help out Robert Dudley with his cause. So hopefully we get more people involved. I mean, I'm not sure what the numbers are right now, but more people the merrier. More people means more money that we're donating to a great cause. So hopefully we keep getting those numbers up.
Absolutely. Well, Nate, congratulations again on the second place, and yeah, we'll let you go and celebrate your result.
Thank you, Sam.
Nate Seifka joining us in the booth. Yeah, for second place, and now let's bring in the happy man of the night, Mr. Ronnie Osmer. A worrying moment there near the end for you, Ronnie, but tire strategy not paying off for your teammate, and finally bringing home the win. The hoodoo is broken here at Watkins Glen.
It feels so great to finally get the monkey off my back to win here. Just coming those last couple of laps, I looked at my fuel, said it's the lap short. I gotta save. I was thinking I wasn't gonna make it already. And then I ended up being a lap short. Then I went immediately into save mode, and then I clutched it going into one corner. When I let out the clutch, it turned the car sideways. And then Nate passed me. I was like, no, not again, not this again. For what would be like probably the third race in a row from. I think the Indy cars here with Top Fuel, the trucks here, and the trucks at Charlotte. Yeah. It's like, not again.
Hey, Ronnie, it's Hood up in the booth. Yeah, we definitely saw that when Nate put it in. We definitely saw you. We're like, okay, what's Ronnie's tires and his fuel? And that's when we definitely noticed that you were definitely conserving fuel and backing off a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I was like, before he went to put in, I said, if he's going to run out, I'm going to go run out. And then he said, next lap later, I'm going in. And I was like, oh, boy. And now I got to save half a lap again of fuel after I already saved up to be good, but I think about like 0.2. I ran it down all the way to half a lap. Then I had to save it all again within the 2 laps. And thankfully, I crossed the line with, I think, about 0.1 gallons in the tank, 0.3 of a lap left.
Wow, I was going to ask you, was it that close on the fuel?
It was that close. I only did 1 360 on the donut.
Yeah, we've got that on the screen now of you doing that donut. But anyway, Ronnie, congratulations on finally getting the win here at Watkins Glen. You've been wanting that for over a year now. Just missed out on the win in the 6 hours of the Glen. Just missed out last Monday in the trucks. Just missed out on Wednesday, but finally clinched it here tonight in the Xfinity car. Huge congratulations. Led 62 laps here of the 65 of the 70. So definitely kudos go out to you, Ronnie. Anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's win?
Like to thank, let's see, my mom and dad for having Iverson, for letting me have Iverson. You guys for broadcasting, KP, Byron, and John Napier for running the league and letting me help run. PH Aware, Ride to Give, and our new friend Actelion. Actelion. I forgot to see. My bad. Our new partner Actelion.
Well, Ronnie, definitely putting on a clinic here tonight and getting the win despite that scary moment near the end. Congratulations on the win, and we will hopefully see you Sunday for the special race.
You will see me Sunday.
Fantastic. So we'll see you Sunday for the Penny Dudley ride for ALS, ride for a cure. I keep forgetting that name. I don't know why. But we'll definitely see you on Sunday in the IR18s at Michigan.
Will do.
As that was Ronnie Osmer, our race winner here at Watkins Glen. Who just want to get your final thoughts on the race? I know you are a bit unhappy with your result, but overall, what are your thoughts on tonight's race?
Well, you know, it's never a track. You know, I'm a little difficult with the road tracks anyway, but everybody behaved very well, and I'll tell you what, the driving out there was pretty awesome. All the cautions were kept local, and everybody didn't seem to have a problem with pit strategies, and it was just ended up being, you know, the best drivers won and finished top 10.
Definitely great finish in the end, and the incident with Ronnie Osmer definitely made it more interesting, but Nate Siefke not having the tyres and fuel to make it at the end, but I think the right outcome came in the end. Ronnie Osmer bringing home the win, Nate Siefke second. But let's go to the results before we go to the end of the show. Ronnie Osmer bringing home a dominant win here tonight at Watkins Glen, 13.611 seconds ahead of Nate Siefke, finished second on his debut. Finishing third on his debut was Kyle Gilbert. Fourth, finishing third. Tanner Costa fourth. Mark Vega rebounding for a top 5, so good result for him. Sixth was Bradley Allison. Seventh was Tristan Walker. Eighth, Mike Whitaker. Ninth, a great top 10 there for Byron Rodney. And top 10, running out the top 10 was Sean Weaver. 11th place was Matt Kleinschmidt. 12th, James McDavid. 13th, Bob Lacavara. 14th, Jeffrey Meyer. 15th, Wayne Carroll Jr. 16th and last car running was Johnny Antonucci, 17th and 25 laps down after putting his car behind the wall a long time ago after hitting the bus stop entrance wall. Armco, Brady Briggs, 18th, Jared Lawrence, 19th, yourself, Hoot Baker, and last car to start the race, but ultimately retired 2 laps in, was Matt Burkhart. Well, that is going to do it here tonight at Watkins Glen. I didn't show the results on the screen. I don't know why. I just took the title screen. But anyway, that is going to do it here tonight for tonight's race. Yeah, that is going to do it here tonight at Watkins Glen. Definitely been a fantastic race for everybody involved. Looking ahead to our future broadcasts, we will be back tomorrow night, and we'll be back in California. Going to make another trip across the country to Sonoma as the Major League Esports Series, the Catalyst Mint Series, makes its way to Sonoma in their K&N cars. We'll be broadcasting that live. Broadcast scheduled to kick off at... Wait, I'm trying to do my time differences here. 9:55 PM Eastern. And Sunday night we've got that special race. We've got the got the Penny Bentley ALS Race for the Cure 250 presented by Top Fuel Racing, broadcasted live right here on BOFA Broadcasting from Sunday night from 9 PM Eastern. That'll be the IRA teams going off at Michigan. Spots still available for drivers if you want to take part. We have 10 registered already. We need more drivers so we can make that target of $500 going towards the ALS Association Alabama chapter. Monday night we're back with the trucks. Tuesday night we're off. Wednesday night we're back with Top Fuel Racing as they go to Michigan also. But that is going to do it here tonight for Pasky's Cardiac Race Series presented by BOFA. Congratulations go out to Ronnie Osmer. Congratulations go to Nate Tika and Kyle Gilbert as well on their debuts. Davies getting top 3. But that's going to do it here tonight. All that's left for me to say is keep it clean, keep it green, and we will see you tomorrow night live from Sonoma for the Major League Esports.